crashes on four wheels as spun sports cars, smashed stock cars and speeding autos are all destroyed in seconds.
And away they go, the blue and red yellow car.
At Donington Park, Leicestershire, teams have been racing here since the 30s, making this historic track one of the oldest in the world. Today's main event is the TVR Tuscan Challenge, featuring TVR sports cars, which are hand-built to each owner's specifications. These lightweight races can reach 250 kilometers an hour.
Change to green and away we go. Everybody.
The first four laps are marred by several accidents.
2 places. Oh, and it's turning into a chaotic first lap. Steve Cole in the middle of the track and in the tyre wall.
None are serious until the 5th lap.
Oh my goodness me, Troy Dunlop over the back of Richard Stanton's car.
As Troy Dunlop tries to overtake, his bumper catches another car and he's sent spinning.
Well, he's clearly been knocked senseless by that incident.
The commentator sums it up.
Let's take a look from the reverse angle. Dunlop goes over the back of Stanton's car as the front wheels of his car are caught. He's flipped into a roll. Car then digs in the soft earth and barrel rolls itself into destruction. Driver's eye view now courtesy of Andy Britnell. Twice as frightening this.
The driver who was hit is okay, but Troy is unconscious.
Well, he's clearly been knocked senseless by that incident. This will certainly be a red flag, I'm sure, as the marshals will try and rescue Troy Dunlop in the gravel.
A short time later, Troy regained consciousness. Thanks to his roll cage, he escaped serious injury. As for his car, it was a total write-off.
Stanton's car. Oh my goodness me, Troy Dunlop over the back of Richard's.
A helicopter follows 2 suspects thought to be driving a stolen vehicle. Minutes later, officers from the Highway Patrol take up the chase. The suspects try to outrun the police. They swerve in and out of lanes, nearly colliding with other cars. Hoping to lose the police on local streets, they leave the motorway. When their plan fails, they get back on. The struck motorist is uninjured and moves out of the way. The chase continues, and the fleeing driver shows no signs of slowing down as he flies straight through crossroads.
He's running red lights, no one's behind him, just swerving back and forth in lanes.
It's not long before the suspects are tearing through a residential district. It's there that the driver loses control. The pickup truck crosses a road and hits a bump. The 2-ton vehicle flies through the air and hits a parked car.
One person crawling out of the vehicle, black jacket and blue jeans.
5 stolen auto, parties in custody, massive fire en route.
The suspects face charges of theft and resisting arrest. Neither they nor anyone else caught up in the crash was injured. An enthusiast looks over a vintage plane at the Mangalore Air Show in Australia, when his attention is suddenly diverted. A homemade ultra bat plane is out of control and no one can seem to stop it. The pilotless plane crosses the airfield and heads straight for spectators. Some people run for cover, as others are left helpless, wondering how to stop the aircraft. By sheer luck, the Ultra Bat crashes into a parked plane. As the runaway plane reaches the crowd, it makes a sudden right turn, hitting a young woman from behind and knocking her unconscious. As the plane circles back around, the woman's grandfather dives on top of her to shield her from another impact. Within minutes, emergency crews arrive. The woman has a gash across her face and is suffering a concussion, but her injuries aren't life-threatening. The pilot attributed the accident to a stuck gear, which caused the plane to move while the engine was being primed. This was the first accident in the airshow's 17-year history. Since 1963, the Delaware International Speedway has played host to a class of racing cars called dirt modifieds. Today, 8 of these 800-horsepower vehicles compete on the clay track at speeds reaching 140 kilometers an hour. Coming out of a turn, one of the drivers loses control. As the driver of car 6 tries to recover from a skid, he clips car 55. Car 55 rams car 54 into the wall. John Keller in car 54 lurches towards the stands. Luckily, a safety barrier prevents the car from reaching the spectators. Emergency crews rush to the scene. John is trapped beneath the vehicle.
Yeah, he's still in the car.
A tow truck is brought in to help the crew gently flip the vehicle over. Rescuers carefully move the driver to a stretcher. He's rushed by ambulance to an awaiting helicopter, then airlifted to a nearby hospital. The $60,000 car was a total loss. John Keller suffered a concussion, a bruised lung, bruised ribs, and a broken arm. Despite his injuries, John went back to racing. In Iraq, the US Army and Iraqi security forces are preparing to destroy a cache of confiscated weapons. Rocket-propelled grenades, mortar shells, and improvised explosive devices, like this one made from a propane tank, are loaded into a pit. The stockpile will be detonated using a crystalline solid explosive called RDX. The RDX explodes and obliterates the cache. All that remains is a cloud of smoke across the desert. In another part of Iraq, US soldiers have prepared for the destruction of another weapons reserve. The munitions were being used against Iraqi security forces and police. Instead of using RDX, a different method of eradication will be employed.
Oh, this is great for the airmen I have out here today. This is their first live drop with 115. So they've proven themselves capable and confident. I call it a picture-perfect mission right now.
US jet flies in and drops bombs on the stockpile, sending shrapnel 15 meters through the air. Just after the fall of Saddam Hussein, the US military used methods like these to destroy 600,000 tons of enemy munitions.